This time of year, many people suffer from seasonal affective disorder. We would like to share a guided meditation today that might help to relieve some of the symptoms. Alongside today's guided meditation, we'd like to encourage you to be outside for at least just a few minutes a day. If you can, get out while the sun is shining, or at least while there is still daylight. Just allow yourself a bit more time during your lunch break, your lunch hour. Try to get outside and see some of the lovely autumnal colours. Try going to a park or meet up with one friend from your area and just allow yourself that time for yourself. It's also really important to allow yourself some downtime. You can use this time to relax, light a candle, maybe make a hot chocolate or a coffee, get under your favourite blanket and watch the TV, read a book, or maybe take a nap in the daytime, just because. If you work from home, although it can be really important to have your own space for working, your own office or an area that you can use to differentiate between work life and home life, you can also allow yourself on certain days just to work from a sofa or from a more comfortable area with your laptop. This season is all about forgiving yourself and allowing yourself time. So without further ado, we would like to invite you to take part in our guided meditation today. One day at a time reminds us that it is impossible to climb a mountain all at once, or even to know what's going to happen 100 feet up. But taking it step by step makes it a lot more manageable. It brings us back into the present moment, which, if we're honest with ourselves, is the only place where we have any control. And that control is not usually about our external situation, but about how we are reacting or not reacting to it. The beauty of meditation is that it allows us to break life down into even tinier pieces. When we use our breath as an anchor, bringing us back to the present moment again and again as our minds wander off into problem solving or fantasizing or worrying, we find a natural built-in way to be present. In this presence, it's easier to be compassionate to ourselves. We do this by meditating one breath at a time. Within this one breath, there is only the here and now. This breath is a gentle, life-giving reminder that that conversation or presentation we are dreading or rehearsing isn't actually happening right now. But all we can really do and know is that we are alive here now. This is the place we are. These are sounds we hear. This is the sensation of breathing. Life is much simpler than we believe, but that's so easy to forget when we get overwhelmed. Anyone who's ever struggled to breathe knows what it feels like to realize they've taken breathing for granted. This is so easy to forget. We speed around on autopilot, believing that if we can just get things right, we won't have to suffer. Trying to escape this suffering or pain means we miss out on so much of the beauty of life. The smell of the fresh air, our health, a loved one we're sitting next to, the taste and nourishment of the food we're eating. Even entire good days can slip by us when we're focused on making things better or different. You can remember again and again how each breath contains multitudes. Each breath reminds us of the richness of the life we've been given, the richness of sorrow, of gratitude, even of anger. The richness of being a living, breathing being. Remember, there is a reason meditation is called practice. We are not accustomed to moving slowly or to being in the present. Everything in our culture conditions us not to. So it's important to have a great deal of patience and kindness for yourself when you are trying to focus on the breath. Anxiety may come up when we are trying to take things one breath at a time. Shouldn't I be doing something? What if I fall behind? Anxiety is not a bad thing. We can use it as a doorway into the present moment. What is it like to breathe with anxiety? One breath, then another? Does more anxiety arise? How does that feel? When we take things one breath at a time, it's much more manageable than I must conquer all of my anxiety and all of my to-do list before bedtime. Taking things one breath at a time, we might also experience relief. To let go of what we're holding on to, of the future and the past. What does this relief feel like? This breath asks nothing of us. In this moment, there is nothing to do. This meditation reminds us that life is simply a series of moments, one after another. One breath at a time can bring us into our body. It can attune us to feelings we hadn't noticed we were feeling, whether on a mental or physical level. And like climbing the mountain one step at a time, it can help us take the experience of that feeling, bit by bit, manageably, one breath at a time.